gay marriage versus human rights. Why would my opinion, based on my beliefs, interfere with your rights? I believe morally and spiritually and in the Bible that says men shouldn't be married. And based on that, I'm against it. I really don't have a problem with people being against it. I mean, I think that's what makes this country so rich, because you have so many differences of opinion. If everybody was the same, lockstep, sing the same song, looked alike, this would be a boring place. I love differences of opinion. I think it makes this country rich in thought. It spawns ideas. It spawns innovation. But don't lock horns with me because you have a belief and there's no wiggle room. There are places for you.
And I keep
what I'm saying about homosexuals, I think it will enrich our country more than hurt our country in financial and dollar-wise. For example, you got guys going to war, fighting this country, and you got this fag want to fight. What the hell? The more the merrier. If he gonna fight, then let him fight. And he shouldn't be able to have to have. If you got two fags want to get married and pay taxes like I do, and file jointly or separately like I do, I don't have a problem with that. I'm not paying no more tax dollars because you got a segment of the country that want to get married. And what kind of segment are we talking about here? We talking about half the country? Hell no. Well, we're talking about a very small percentage of this country.
Okay, but yeah, so
I think your question is about influence.
Yeah, so that's what I'm getting back to.
A whole new generation. If it was passed all over the country, and this was a lifestyle that was not say approved on, but normal to American lifestyle.
Deemed normal.
Wouldn't that affect the up-and-coming generation to say this is normal, it's okay to be gay?
Yes.
Hell no. I'll tell you why. This country is full of bullshit. I mean, how much of an influence was the Ku Klux Klan on the nation when it was quote-unquote normal? How much of an influence?
It was pretty influential. I mean, it's still vestiges of the Ku Klux Klan.
When you say vestiges, it sounds like it's corners of it.
They still exist. They just
absolutely.
They just working clandestine and ubiquitous.
Look, man, you're gonna find wrong. And like I was saying about this country, what I like about it, I like the diversity. If I had to live on one's beliefs, if I had to live in a country based on one belief, it would, to me, be very boring. It wouldn't spawn creativity or innovation or anything new. And that is the balance that you have in living in a country like this.
So, but the thing about it is, when you look at the disparage between homosexual or gay couples being able to live together, then for years you had people who had common law marriages where they had procreated children. They weren't able, the wives or the mates of these common law spouse or these common law unions, they were not able to be afforded the same rights that the gay and homosexuals are because of a lobby. Now, is that fair for the generations of people who have not been able to have benefits? They had spouses die, or they had partners die in the line of duty and wasn't able to get benefits. They had children by these firefighters and policemen and various people, and they were not able to get benefits. Is that fair?
Well, you know, when you talk about fairness, you're living in a country that is going toward, quote unquote, a perfect union. Perfect union. What does that mean? That we're not perfect. And year by year, decade by decade, century by century, we try to do better than the last. Saying that, there's a whole lot of stuff in this country that's not fair, you know, and As long as you're moving toward fairness, then I say hooray. That's good. That's a good thing. You look at the planet, and when you see how a lot of homosexuals are treated, for example, in Africa, where is that, in Kenya or Ghana, they try to enact this law that you could die for being homosexual. You can get penalized for not turning somebody in for being homosexual. You know, and outside of this country, homosexuality is so suppressed that you probably got more homosexuals outside of this country than you do on the planet, especially in the Muslim countries. So, to me, it's all a bunch of bullshit. If two guys wanted to get married, I ain't got no problem with it. As a matter of fact, the institution of marriage is a choice. And don't nobody have to get married. I mean, just like you just said, I can have a common law wife. Why is it so important for two men who want to get married? To me, it's about their choice. They feel, I think, I'm just speaking for the homos, if I could, is that I may not never get married, but I still want that right like everybody else.